Hey everyone, I'm Jason Odell, and today I wanted to answer some questions that I was seeing over on my Facebook page, Jason P. Odell Photography, regarding quick releases and specifically L brackets. So today I'm going to talk briefly about why you want a quick release mount on your camera, and then I'm going to specifically talk about the L bracket as being sort of the best possible option. So if you've got a tripod, you know that there's different ways of attaching the camera to your tripod, and the simplest way is to just screw the tripod stud right into the bottom of your camera. That's a pain because every time you want to remove your camera, you've got to unscrew it. So along came quick release plates, and there's a variety of these that are out there, and some of them are generic and some of them are proprietary. And what you'll find is that there's one, if you had a choice, I would recommend getting one that's not generic, but it's called the Arca-Swiss style clamp or plate. And the way it works is this. I've got this little plate right here. This goes on the bottom of your camera, and it has a little dovetail edge, just a little dovetail. And then that fits into a set of jaws on the top of your tripod head. And the tripod heads, there's a variety of manufacturers now that make them that are compatible with this system, including Really Right Stuff, Kirk, Arca-Swiss, Acratech, Oben. There's a bunch of them out there. So this little plate is nice, but it has one major drawback, and that is if you screw it onto your camera, it is prone to twisting. So your camera can twist if you're using it, and they unscrew themselves. So the next best thing is to, if you're willing to spend a little more money, is to get a customized plate for the bottom of your camera. And these are machined to the specifications to match the contours of the bottom of your camera. And they usually have a little lip in the front. And they're not going to twist off at all. They're perfect. You can carry that around all day on your tripod. It's never going to twist off. Going one step further though, and this is, I wanted to answer the question that I got on my Facebook page, which is the versatility of an L bracket. And this is an L bracket. And these attach to the bottom of your camera as well. And they have an interesting design because there's not only a dovetail Arca-Swiss style plate on the bottom, but also on the side. And these dovetails and these L brackets are extremely useful. Now they come in two kinds. You can get this type here, which is made by a company called Pro Media Gear. It costs about $90. And it's generic. It can fit on just about any camera. You can adjust its length. You can adjust where the screw mounts, and it works, and they're fine. And these are useful if you don't plan on keeping your camera for a long time, or if you have an extra camera that you need to put an L bracket on, you're not sure which, these will work. If you're willing to spend a little bit more money though, these machined, contoured L brackets are really the way to go for any particular camera. This is one from Kirk Photo, but you can also get them from Really Right Stuff and a few other places. So let me put this L bracket on the bottom of my D810. Use an Allen wrench, and it just mounts right into the bottom of the camera. And one of the things you can do with these, depending on how you use your camera, is you can adjust the position. So I can have it flush with the side of the camera, or I can have it sticking out a little bit, just depending on where I want to adjust that screw. So I usually have mine flush, but if you need a little extra space to access these side doors, because maybe you're doing video, you can adjust it however you'd like. So you just tighten this down, and on this L bracket, there's this little front flange here. I really like this design. It's not going to twist off no matter what. Now let me show you why I use an L bracket with my quick release system. For that, we need to get a tripod. Okay. Got my tripod here, and this is my Really Right Stuff BH55 ball head. I like this ball head a lot. It's robust. But the important thing here is not the ball head itself. It's the top of it, and that's this clamp. Okay, this is the quick release clamp that allows me to attach the L bracket or bottom bracket plate to the tripod itself. And I like these lever clamps because they're really quick and easy to use. So what you would do to use your L bracket is you just open up the clamp, put the camera in, and lock it down. Now this is great. If you don't have an L bracket and you want to shoot vertically, what happens is you have to use one of these drop notches in the front of the ball head and sort of put your camera in here like this. Now that works, but there's some drawbacks to this. First of all, you run into the potential of bumping your camera into the tripod. You also have now put the tripod off of the center line of your tripod, so it's just going to be inherently less stable. And then lastly, when you're in this drop notch, you really can't turn the tripod, you cannot adjust your camera anything other than straight up or down. There's no other way to adjust it. And the whole point of a ball head, if you think about it, is to have sort of infinite ability to adjust. So with the L bracket, all you do is you unclamp your camera, flip to the vertical or portrait orientation, and now you've got it locked in. With this, you have a few major advantages, sort of the opposite of what was going on before. One, your camera is now straight above your tripod, so it's maximally stable. Two, you can adjust it in pretty much any direction, including the drop notches if you need to. Okay. Three, if you'll notice, the eyepiece is still relatively at the same position, same height. So you don't find yourself having to adjust your tripod up and down when you flop the camera like you might if you flop the camera. So that's what an L bracket is. Like I said, you can find them online. I'll put some links in my website on here on YouTube for these products. But like I said, they're one of my favorite accessories if you're using a tripod a lot for landscape or portrait work or you're in a studio. I find them to be indispensable. Until next time, I'm Jason Odell. Submit your questions to me via email at info@luminescentphoto.com, and maybe I'll use one of those on the air in the future. Thanks a bunch. See ya.